Ignorance is the cause of fear. Ignorance is the cause of fear. When we don't know something, we're more likely to be afraid of it. Fear is often born of ignorance. If we don't understand something, we may be afraid of it. That's why education is so important. It helps to dispel the ignorance that can lead to fear. He who indulges in empty fears earns himself real fears. Fear can be a powerful emotion. It can motivate us to take action and protect ourselves from harm. But it can also cause us to become paralyzed by anxiety and worry. When we allow our fears to control us, they can start to dictate our choices and our behavior. We may become so afraid of what might happen that we're unable to live our lives fully. Empty fears are those that are based on unfounded worries and concerns. We may be afraid of things that are unlikely to happen, or that we have no control over. These fears can take over our lives if we allow them to. They can cause us to miss out on opportunities and experiences, and can prevent us from living the life we want. Real fears are those that are based on actual threats. We may be afraid of things that could genuinely harm us, or that we have some control over. These fears can help us to stay safe and make good choices. They can also motivate us to take action and make changes in our lives. It's important to be aware of the difference between empty and real fears. We should focus our energy on addressing the real fears in our lives, and let go of the empty ones. Otherwise, we may find ourselves living in fear instead of living our lives. They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn. They spend their days in anticipation of the night, and their nights in fear of the dawn. They live in a constant state of anxiety, never knowing when the sun will rise or when the darkness will fall. They are never truly at peace, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. True happiness does not come from worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. It comes from living in the present moment and enjoying all that life has to offer. When you are able to do this, you will find that you are much happier and more content with your life. Not to amuse ourselves with either hope or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so, wants nothing. In a world full of constant change and uncertainty, it can be easy to get caught up in the ups and downs of life. Hope and fear are two emotions that can often drive our decisions and actions. However, the Stoic philosophy teaches us to be content with what we have and to not be swayed by hope or fear. Contentment doesn't mean that we should never strive for more or be ambitious. It simply means that we should be satisfied with what we have and not let hope or fear dictate our lives. When we can rest in contentment, we are free to live life to the fullest without the burden of constantly chasing after things that we may never obtain. It is often said that we should live in the present and not worry about the future. This is easier said than done, as human nature tends to focus on what could go wrong rather than what is going right. However, it is important to remember that we should be satisfied with what we have, as this is sufficient. Worrying about what may or may not happen is a waste of time and energy, and does not do us any good. If we can learn to be content with what we have, we will be much happier and more at peace. The bravest sight in the world is to see a great man struggling against adversity. There are few things in this world more inspiring than seeing a great man struggling against adversity. It reminds us that no matter how tough our own challenges may seem, we can always find the strength to overcome them. It also shows us the true power of the human spirit, which is capable of overcoming even the most difficult obstacles. When we see someone like this, it gives us hope for the future and makes us believe that anything is possible.